Hey everyone, happy Monday. How are you doing? Don't forget to say hi in the chat. I'm super excited. It's been like 4 weeks. I've been traveling, I've had COVID and still recovering. So I haven't done a live stream in like 4 weeks. So super excited to geek out with you all today. I'm wearing my GitHub star hoodie for good luck. Hope you're all doing well. Let me know in the chat if you're here and you're awake. And maybe we just get started. I'm super excited. I've been looking forward to this all week. So great to have you here. I think we had Sean first, like an hour ago, and then we got Praduma, Abhishek, and Deep, Rakesh. Great, all of you saying hi. Thank you so much. Shubham, I see Emma as well. Let's bring some of these up as well. How's my audio? I'm currently in another temporary setup, so hopefully it is all doing okay. You're at KubeCon. Awesome. How's it all going? The pictures on socials look amazing. I traveled back from Bali via Singapore for a few days, via Dubai for a few days, and back in sunny London. It's not sunny, it's raining. So awesome to have you all here. Emma, how is everything going? When's your next video coming out, Emma? I'm super excited for that. I'm doing better, thank you. I am doing better, but still not 100%. Need a few more days, I think, and we will get there. But being here, geeking out with you all, definitely makes me feel better. So I really appreciate it. Awesome, thank you so much. I'm super excited to do some reviews. We have got like 10 pages, I think. Like, that's a lot of pages. Okay, we're not going to get through lots today, but we're going to do as many as we can and keep tackling through it. And it's just always awesome to geek out with you all. Let me know where you all are in the world as well. I love to know where you're at. So at the moment it's 5 p.m. for me here in the UK. I can probably guess where a few of the time zones you're in, but let us know in the chat anyway as well. Yeah, it's been really long. So thank you, Praduma, for continuous support. I really appreciate it. Hi, Misha, my cousin in Lebanon. Thanks for joining. Tips for beginner to get into open source. Get started. We're going to find you some open source contributions today, as well as we review these open source projects, profiles, and so forth. We're going to find you some contributions. So don't worry, lots of green squares available for people. Okay. Well, hopefully you get done with your exam project soon, Emma. Looking forward to your next set of videos. Good luck with that. How is the exam project going? Karuna, thank you so much for asking. I'm still not perfect, as you can probably tell, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity to geek out with you all. I'm sure next week I'll be back to normal. So slowly getting there. Awesome. Hey, Ayush, how you doing? 9:30 in India. Okay, so had dinner. Now you're chilling before you go to bed. Cool. I love it when everyone says hi to each other in the chat as well. That's awesome. So let's pick up one and get started. So we're going to start off with the oldest one. So I've gone to our support repo where you can submit your own one. The link is in the description below. And I'm going to go to the oldest one, which is on page 10. I'm back in July, but the great thing is most of these have been reviewed by the community already. So let's have a look. So you've got Shivam here. And okay, that's kind of like quite a quiet one. 2 commits maybe. But I've noticed the username is different from the author. So maybe they renamed their profile. I don't know. We'll leave a few comments and see, and then we can move on to the next one. And then, as always, towards the end, we'll start picking some random ones from the audience. So make sure you've raised an issue, and then you can send the issue number in chat shortly. So let's get started. I'm super keen to get straight on this. I hope you all are as well. So let's have a look. So let me put in, you can see loads of comments from the community already. Absolutely awesome. So we'll just leave a few of our thoughts and give it a shout out here. So this is looks like we're doing a profile first. So let's have a look. So reviewed on live stream, some thoughts. Looks great, some thoughts. I think it's always a good thing to say. Looks great, some thoughts. Okay, so what do you all think? So the profile picture, I think is a bit pixelated. I'm sure that's the style they're probably going for. I'm not too keen on that. I think a profile picture of the person is always best. I think that really helps a lot as well. So I'd say suggest having a profile photo of you. What else do you think? I think customizing the GitHub profile. It looks like they did at one point because people above had commented on the customization profile. Oops, remove that, go away. Here we go. Profile does not look customized. However, some of the comments suggest it was previously. They created a third account or something. Always stick with your own account, no matter how good or bad it is. Definitely stick with the same account and just build on it. Right, the journey is what is the story you're trying to tell. So that's really important. And I would suggest maybe they have a description, add profile description. Description. And then down here, it's not too bad. I think it's on the 0, which is good in terms of the contributor graph, but they probably maybe need a little bit more code review and a little bit more issues, but it's not so bad. Mine's probably worse. So I think that looks okay. All right, well, we'll close that and we'll move on to the next one then as well. And we'll see what you've all written in the chat too. You can see my screen, right? I am showing my screen. That's good. Whew. I want to talk to you in a minute a bit more about open source as well. Let's catch up with the chat. Let's give this a refresh, and we will have one less to do. There we go. Right. So what have we seen on the chat? Thank you so much, Ayush. I really appreciate it. Slowly getting better. Almost done. Okay, cool. I had to report, and then once it's marked, be open source project. Yes. Sounds good. Hey, Shebang. Let me see if I can pronounce this right. Or is it? Is it Shebangi? Did I pronounce that right? Like 7 out of 10, hopefully. Awesome to have you here. Hey, Akabu. Hopefully I pronounced that right as well. I love everyone chatting to each other in the chat. Do chat to each other. Hi, are you talking from London? Awesome. I'm back in London as well. And it looks like the rain has stopped and the sun has come out. So we might have a bit of sun this evening, which is good. Okay. Shubhan, issue numbers later on. We're going to go through the list first. Hey, Naomi, how you doing? I hope everything is going well. Nice early morning for you. Let me try and guess. 10 o'clock, I think. I always get it 1 hour too early, so I kind of thought it was 9. So I want to say 10 to try and get closer to being right. Can I send my always send good vibes. The good vibes are always welcome. Okay. Let's pick up the next one as well. Oh, I did pronounce it right. Thank you so much. Okay, so 10 out of 10. Sounds good. Oh, I was going to say 9 a.m. as well. I really was. Damn it. Okay, next time go with my instinct. Let's pick up the next one. Okay, let's have a look. This person has submitted 2, and I don't want to do 2 from the same person in a row, so we'll do one of theirs next time. What do you all think in the chat? Shall we do, looks like they've done a profile, and they've got a repo. What do you fancy doing? There's a profile and a repo. What do you think? Let me know in the chat, write profile or write repo, and we'll see which one we're going to do. Thanks for the hoodie. Malawi, awesome. Great to have you here, Joshua. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Tom has commented on most of these, if not all of these already, reviewed them. Like, Tom's a machine, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Tom. Oh, can you send it? Yeah, add your repo. There's a link in the description below if you want to get your repo or GitHub profile reviewed. There's a link in the description below. I think you can add a resume as well and portfolio too. So when you create an issue, there's the options for each of those. Okay, got repo. I think it's a landslide win for repo. So let's do repo. Okay, thank you all so much. So let's close this one. This is the profile. We'll do that another time. By close, I mean close the tab. I haven't closed the issue. It's still open. Don't worry. Okay, let's have a look. So comments already. Okay, let's paste that in. Let's have a look. Okay, so what are your thoughts initially? So it's got more forks than stars. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. It's just something we don't often see. So let's have a look. 3 branches looks good. I don't see any tags. Worries me a little bit. Tags and releases are not exactly the same, but a lot of the time we treat them as the same. Nice description. It's got a website, got topics. That all looks good. So no releases and packages. Okay, so we definitely want to have releases, and we probably want to hide packages. So maybe we'll start with those. I'll put those as comments so I don't forget, and then let me know in the chat what you all think about this so far as well. Suggest using releases tags. Hide packages if not used. And they've got a wiki up there. I'm guessing they're not using the wiki either. Oh, they are using the wiki. What a great start. So guys, yeah, I would probably suggest hiding the wiki. Hide wiki as it is only page. Also remove guys. Not good in my books. Okay, so what else have we got? What do you all think? Drop an issue link. Good call. Good call. I'm out of practice and done well, you know. Okay, let me drop an issue link. Absolutely right. Thank you, Naomi. There we go. And so remember, everyone, you can also raise an issue for each of these items. So where I've gone, suggest using releases and tags, create an issue for that and you get a green square. But add a bit more content, you know, how to create a release, why they should create one. Try and add a bit more content would be really, really useful. So yeah, for each of these, you could potentially raise an issue on the repo, but check no one else has done it before you as well. I would also say VS Code really shouldn't be committed to the repo because someone else might be using a different IDE. Then you're going to have like 5 different folders. Excuse me. So you could actually raise an issue for that, and you could raise a pull request deleting it as well. VS Code should not be added to the repo. This should be in the ignore. So you could also then add it to the git ignore as well. So many issues and pull requests for you. Who needs some green squares for today? Let me know. I'm pretty sure Naomi doesn't, but Naomi will never say no to more green squares. They probably have more than all of us put together. Hey, Carl, how you doing? I hope all's going well. We need to have a catch up about the API project, and I think about the API project. I think there's a pull request probably to chat about. Oh, did everyone see the comment that we now have SSL on our EddieHub projects? So if I go to, let me go to here. If I go to link free, instead of eddiehub.org, that should redirect if I hit enter, and it will redirect to linkfree.eddiehub.io, which has got now the padlock. So SSL on all our EddieHub projects. If I miss anything out, let me know. But I'm very, very chuffed about that. Very happy. So thank you everyone for encouraging me to prioritize that, to do that. That is so much better now. So I'm really, really happy we got that. Okay, cool. What else am I missing in the chat? Suggest alternatives for guys. Yes, when you're raising the issue, suggest alternatives for guys. So many alternative. Also remove guys, use something like people, folks. What do they use in the US? Is it y'all? Like that, I think. There's so many alternatives. It is unbelievable. Yes, lots of options on that one as well. Thank you for asking. That's really important. Is it still maintained a few months ago? Oh, that's a good point. Maybe it's not. That's a really, really good point. Hi, how you doing? I can see this microphone slowly moving under its own weight. Push changes from my to-dos as well. Okay, cool. Is it a good idea, a junior dev, to be an open source maintainer? You don't even have to be a dev to be a maintainer. That's the beauty of open source. So yes, and more yes. Everyone get involved in open source too as well. Super secure link free. Love that. Yeah, folks, people, friends. Yeah, friends is another good one. Oh, peeps, love these suggestions. Definitely keep those coming in. Absolutely love that. Yeah, India is a GitHub Field Day will be happening in July. I'll be in Portugal in July, but we are planning to potentially come to India next year. So we'll do another one, definitely. In June also as well. Okay, lots going on. No, definitely on our plan to do that. What else do we suggest? Quite a few suggestions here. Let's have a look at the README. I do like this, but I know it's a stock image, but it still looks good. I do like the picture. I think it's like, I like it's got a picture of the person. You know me, I like picture of like people. So that's yeah, really good. It's got a good README, instructions. Otherwise, that looks good. I think it's got issues, pull requests. There are some open pull requests from quite a while ago, so they probably should either close them or accept them or comment in them and so forth. So suggest go through open issues and pull requests. Okay, let's. I think we'll call that a day for that one. I didn't put a timer on that one, so let's close that one. Again, lots of issues and pull requests you could all raise from that. So hopefully that helps. Let's do a refresh. Do one less, and we're going to skip this one. We'll do this next time. What else have we got? We've got a profile. Quite a few profiles coming up, and you can see lots has been happening already as well. So let's bring it up. I'll bring it up on the screen. You all can have a look while I catch up on the chat as well. June and July, lots going on. I don't know too much about the GitHub Field Day. In fact, someone can share more about that. There's just so much going on, you know, with Campus Expert and other things. So if someone can elaborate on what GitHub Field Day is, that'd be really interesting to know. Actually, and while we're on the case talking about open source, I do have an open source panel coming up. Let me just put some information in the chat below. So as we're talking about open source, I want to say that this live stream is sponsored by VMware Tanzu, which is awesome. So thank you also for your support, joining me on the live stream and supporting my tweet. It really does help, allows me to get involved in the community more. And I'm excited to share with you that I want to be a panelist on VMware Tanzu's Dev Deep Dive series titled Open Source. Okay, this is me, like, you know, no surprise. And we're gonna, and the rest of the title should be, I should add, is Building What's Next Together. It's actually on Wednesday, on May the 25th. That's like in like just under 10 days, 5 p.m. UK time, which is this time actually. So if you've made it to this time, then in 9 days, so on Wednesday the 25th, we'll be having the open source panel. And as open source powers most of the world, which we all know it does, right? We want to, or it's important to recognize there's a lot of importance in that sentence, but that's how important it is, of open source community, people like you. So in this panel discussion, we're going to talk about how to get started with open source. I think it's a really, really great place to start the conversation, how to support the community, which I think you all do an amazing job already, and what are the biggest trends in open source. You can register for the free event in the description below, and I look forward to seeing you there. Awesome. Okay. What else? Have you had some thoughts on this profile? Should we start adding some feedback? And we had a Twitter space yesterday about feedback, and feedback isn't just about bad things, it can also be good things. So I probably should include some good points that I like as well. I did in the video, but I didn't write it in the issue, which is very bad of me. So I need to get better at that. Hey, Mikhail, how you doing? And Mikhail was on the Twitter space with me yesterday with Matt. It was really, really awesome. Are you filling in the application now, Karuna? Karuna, good luck. You'll do awesome. But can you let us know what it is? I'll be really interested to know what the GitHub Field Day is. Okay. One more repo to have 200 repositories. What are your thoughts on so many repos under a user profile? That's true. I think that's fine. I mean, a lot of them could be forks, I suppose. So if I say sources, does that number reduce? 101. So yeah, half are forks and half are their own. I think that's okay. I'm pretty sure I have around 200 or so as well. I never really looked. I almost have 300. So hopefully that's not too bad. But again, I don't know how many are forks as well. So if I just try again, so if I put sources, 100. So yeah, similar to theirs actually. I just have more forks over the years. Should I clear them up? I've never really thought about clearing up forks. A lot of my forks are probably really out of date. But interesting question. What do you all think? Does the number matter? Is less better? Is more better? Is there like a sweet spot? Let's have a look. I guess you need to be a student community leader to participate in GitHub Field Day. Oh, I see. Okay, that's good to know. I love everyone saying hi to each other. Thank you for liking my cover on GitHub. I cannot take credit for that. That was done by the AD Hub members. They made that. You mean this banner here? This poster, not banner, poster, not banner. Yeah, it was made by the community members. I think I can't remember who was all the ones involved. There are a few people involved. Karuna, I think, was one of them as well. But please, someone correct me. Let me know who was there, who was involved. Okay, let's have a look. So I like this poster, banner, poster. What would you call this? I really like this. It's got their picture. I don't know, it just looks really authentic. I really like it, and I like how they've got just some, you know, bullet points about the highlight themselves. I think that's just great. Poster stroke banner looks amazing. I think it really really does. I really like that. Um, Don't forget, you can take some of these ideas for your own GitHub profile as well. Like pick like the best ones from different people. I think that would be a really good idea. Turns ideas into code. I think it's a bit short, but it's not so bad. It's got their links, which is great, and they're part of GitHub community, so that's definitely awesome. And they've kept it quite short. Like it's a page long. With some bullet points about them. I think that's super, super clean. Like it's not cluttered with all these widgets that sometimes load, sometimes don't, and so forth. So I think that is great. Love the bullet list about yourself. I just think that's just super, super clean. There's 6 pinned. I usually recommend to have 2 or 4 pinned, usually because people have a longer profile. But as this profile is quite, concise, I think having 6 pinned is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That is a lot of green squares. That's really impressive. The only thing I'd suggest is they're very commit heavy. So they probably want to get more on the code review, issues, and pull request side. I think that's a good suggestion. Suggest doing more, what was it? Code reviews, issues, and pull requests. Code reviews, issues, and pull requests. But what do you all think? Let me know. Let me go check out the chat. We're having a look at that and see. Okay, I probably need to go up and clear up some forks then. I don't know. I'd like to show the forks that I've contributed to. I know it doesn't necessarily mean I have contributed to it because I could have just forked the project and done nothing with it. But maybe I need to go back and clear it up. That's fine. I don't mind if my digital garden's a bit kind of messy. The stuff that I'm active on will be nearer the top, which is the most important. Tom agrees with Produma. I would delete forks, just a small impact in less clutter and less space needed. If not all users delete their forks, unused repos. But then the numbers of forks will go down on the repo. So I don't know. I feel like I'm supporting the repo if I keep the fork, in my opinion. No, so the green squares stay because in theory we should do the changes in the fork in a branch. So therefore the green squares from in our fork won't appear on our profile. But when we create a pull request and it gets merged into the default branch in the upstream, so the original repo, then we get the green square. So if we delete the fork, it's fine. So it's a really, really good question, Emma. Thank you so much for asking. But no, we shouldn't lose out on the on green squares by deleting the fork. Only the repo will lose out on the fork number. That's all. Do you get a green square for forking the repo? I didn't think you did. I thought it's for commits, pull requests, and issues and discussions. I don't think it's for creating a fork. I have to maybe test it and see. Let me have a look. How's mine going? Let's have a look. Have I got a green square for today? Probably not. Oh, I have. Like I've got 1, so I could fork someone's project and see if it goes to 2. I really don't think we do, but these things change all the time, so it's possible. So who have we got? So let's have a look. So Emma asks if you delete the fork, do you lose the green square? Let's have a look. You get a green square for forking your repo. So let's have a look. Produma's here. Here we go. Produma, let's bring up yours. So if I go to your repo and if I hit fork, let's have a look. Yep, create it in mine, create fork. Let's see. What do you all think? Before I go check it out, vote in the chat. Write green square or no green square if you think I get an extra green square for forking the repo. I'm really doubting myself now. I was pretty confident before, but I'm doubting myself because Produma knows a lot of stuff. But I just know what you all think as well. Let's fork. Everyone starts forking. No, you also get it for forking. Try it. Okay, we're going to try it now. Let's see. Who are you voting on? Eddie, Team Eddie or Team Produma? Let's have a look. Who do you think? Green. Okay, so Mikhail says green square. Everyone's saying green square. Have I been missing out on this the whole time? So therefore, what I said is kind of true in terms of the commits. What I said, to answer to Emma's question. But if you get a green square, for a fork, then by deleting the fork, do you lose the green square? Well, we'll find out. Okay, most people are agreeing with Produma, but thank you, Emma is agreeing with me. Okay, let's have a look. So I forked this. So now I want to keep it open because I will delete it to see if the green square disappears. Let's see if the green square has appeared. 2. Huh? What? You do get one for forking. What? What does it say though? Does it say it was forked? If I click that, clicked on the wrong day. Was it silly? Created one repository, but it doesn't have any commits in it from me. It obviously has commits in it, but not from me. Okay, right. Okay, so now if I delete it, does the green square go? Let's have a look. What do you all think? Does the green square go if I delete it? It must do. Before I click it, what do you all think? It will go. Okay. I'll delete it. Yeah, I know, right? I'm like this. What? No green square. We won. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Valuable Produma. Yeah, all good. Sarah's just checking up and make sure I'm okay. Maybe a new video idea. That's so true, right? Okay. We are going to delete it. Let's see. Yes, it will go. Okay. Does it stay or does it go? It's a good song. Okay, let's have a look. Let me hit it. Delete. I'll leave my password. Password 123. There we go. See, nice and secure. Okay, so if I close that and refresh this, it should go back down to 1. It does. Okay, so you do get a green square. So I'm half right in that you lose the green square, but you do get one for forking a project. Okay. Learn something new every day. Thank you all so much. I love chatting with you all because I always learn something new all the time. Forking a project won't add any green square. Well, we have just proved that it does. So forking does add a green square. But when you delete it, when you delete the fork, you also lose the green square. So if you fork it, then you probably want to make some contribution, but in a branch, make a pull request. Once that pull request is merged into the original repo, the upstream, then you'll get a green square for that contribution or for the pull request and the commit. And then you can delete the fork and you'll get subtracted 1 green square, but you already would have had at least 2 green squares anyway. So it's all good. No, let's not encourage that. Okay, so what are your other thoughts on this? I mean, it's pretty good profile. Not much else I can say. So let's maybe move on to the next one as well. Doing pretty good. I think that's that 3 reviews so far, and we started like 10 minutes early. It's like 30 minutes, like 10 minutes a review. That's actually not as good as I thought it was going to be. Eddie, you need to work harder. Okay, next up we have portfolio link, but is there an open source version of the link? We'll come back to this. We'll see if we can get a repo link with it too. Okay, we have another profile. Okay, lots of reviews already as well. Okay, awesome. Let's have a look. Oh, let me share the issue as well in the chat before Naomi tells me off. Let's have a look, or reminds me, I should say. There we go. It's a learning space. Exactly. We're all learning together. Absolutely love it. Yep. So many secrets in GitHub. I'm actually thinking of going through the GitHub documentation and just creating a video for each section. I think it will help me learn more, but it's updating and changing all the time. So I got some ideas around that. I even thought of creating a repo with like tips from different sections. So like open source, GitHub, JavaScript, wherever it is, and then people can contribute to it, and I can maybe make a video on each one. I don't know. Got some ideas around that. So we'll have to see how all that goes. Okay. So what are your thoughts on this? Let me know. I'll start making some notes. So 2 underlined. I'm not too keen. I'm no expert in design, but I don't like that because you're trying to emphasize 2 things, then I feel that neither of them are emphasized enough. So, and also maybe that if the hyphen isn't meant to be in the name because it's just meant to be in the username, then maybe remove it. I think just having a duplicate there doesn't add so much value. And I feel they're not taking advantage of the description, the bio section. But they've got a profile picture, which I think is awesome. I think it's really good. Great to have a profile photo of you. I think it's so important. Okay, I think you could make better use. What do we call it? The bio? The use of the GitHub profile bio on the left. It's on the left, so hopefully it's clearer. They're not part of the EddieHub organization. We'd suggest joining the Eddie org. I mean, that's just EddieHub GitHub org. That's just going to be a big plus straight away. Okay. Let's have a look. I do like that these bullet points. I love bullet points. I'm not much of a reader, so bullet points are awesome. Connect with me. I think that's great. Really, really good. And they got GitHub on there, which probably isn't needed because we're already on the GitHub. But that's just a small thing. It's not a big deal. Languages and one widget, so it's not like plastered widgets. I think it looks really good. Latest YouTube videos, latest blog post, or a few more widgets at the bottom. I think maybe make a bit more use of space here. I think it's quite long. And then maybe 3 isn't such a good number, probably an even number. Pinned repos to be an even number. Suggest 2 as profile. You think? Let me go back to the chat and see what you all think as well. Look. Yeah, it's true. In the docs, you find Easter eggs, and even just other people share Easter eggs, and you might not be in the docs. I don't know, but just so many hidden things, which is pretty cool. Every time, it's part of the fun. Does the graph really add value or not? I don't think so. Which graph are you referring to? This one here at the bottom, the contributors graph, or this widget down here? I don't think the widget adds this kind of widget adds really much value, even if the graph was like, I don't know, 100 like every day or whatever it is. I don't think it does. I think it stops. It kind of distracts and delays the person getting down to the really like good stuff, like the YouTube videos and latest blog posts, in my opinion. And same with these. So maybe we can suggest they reduce their widgets a bit. Quite a few widgets. And profile suggest moving some to shorten. That's what I think. Remember, all of you can raise issues for some of these and get some green squares as well, and also raise some pull requests. You could raise an issue to reduce some of the widgets and maybe remove the widget that you think is adding the least amount of value. And you can do that as a pull request. And remember, if they don't accept it and then close the pull request and say no thank you and close the pull request, you still get the green squares. So all is good. Okay. Let's move on to the next one as well, which was this as a profile. This was a portfolio. Move on to this one. What's this one? We got a lot of profiles, haven't we, today? Okay. Let me share the link with you. So you can add comments to the issues, which is really important, or you can also raise issues on their profile too. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, I kept that up. Here we go. Okay. Thanks, Tom, for sorting out the spamming. Appreciate that. You can pin gists in your profile that looks kind of lit. Oh yeah, I suppose. I don't use gists that much. I use it for like a temporary bit of code that I want to show someone. That's about it. You should probably use gists more because they're pretty cool. The upper one, yeah. So I don't think it adds that much value. If you just have one of those, then it's okay. If you have too many, probably not. You can create an issue at the support repo. Yep. So this is how you can get your profile or repo reviewed. There's a link in the description below. Okay, let's have a look. So what are your thoughts so far on this profile? I think it's really good. I like it's got a clear picture. I don't know. I just think that's just so good. They're following people, which I quite like, and they got followers as well. GitHub is a social platform as well, so I think that's really, really good. I like how they got the location. I didn't check the others, but I like how they got location because you know what time zone they're in as well, which is super helpful. So let's leave some comments down here. So great, clear, and professional profile picture. What else have we got? An up and coming developer and open source enthusiast. Open source enthusiast. That's what we like to hear. Yes. The only thing I would suggest is probably not use up and coming or aspiring. I just think it belittles the value that you add to the open source community. So I might leave that as a suggestion. Great bio. Love the open source enthusiast. I can't spell that. Enthusiast. Did that spell right? That's a hard word to spell. Maybe I suggest. What word did they use? Upcoming. Suggest removing up. Okay, this is a personal preference. They're part of EddieHub. They've got their Twitter. They've got their website. All looks really good. Nice and short up here as well. Really love it. Really clear. Awesome. Got LinkedIn and Twitter again. I think that's great. Skills. And if it's just one, not because you just got one skill, but that's the one you really want to push hard. I'm sure you got many others. Maybe put it next to skills. I don't know, take a bit of space. Probably too many widgets, I think, in my opinion. What do you all think? Probably has too many widgets. Suggest reducing them. What else have we got? 6 pinned repos. So we are kind of a few pages down. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3. So 3 pages to get to this. But looks good. Otherwise, I think it looks good. I think that's my thoughts. What do you all think? Let me check out the chat. That's a good idea. That is a good idea to use GIST to save useful code snippets. I do like that. As always, really good question from Mikhail. What type of message perception should a profile convey? Should a profile page have a widget and or contributing graph? I'm not a massive fan of these widgets, third-party widgets that you can add. I like the graph that you get from GitHub. So, for example, this graph, and also underneath, there isn't one here, but if I bring up mine again, mine doesn't look great, but if you bring up one here, I like this widget as well. I think that's really useful. You can definitely see I need to do more pull requests. So those two I think are enough. I don't think the others add a massive amount of value and can be a distraction. So yeah. But what should the profile convey? I mean, what does everyone think? Let us know in the chat. I'm really keen to see everyone's thoughts on this as well. I think it should convey and give the perception of what we want. So almost like Twitter or LinkedIn, but here we can actually back it up with stuff. So if someone says, hey, I'm great at, I don't know, a technical writer or a documenter, whatever you want to call it, then I think their profile should have maybe some examples that lead to some of their best pull requests. We can put that in our customized repo, a customized profile, sorry. Some of our best work. Yes, if we scroll down, we can have a look through here and see what they've been up to in the excuse me, in the activity and so forth. But I would suggest maybe having a section here saying examples of my work, because then you really, really stand out. And people can just make it easier for someone to find what you want them to see. Yes, they can still have a dig around and look for themselves, which is great. But highlight what you want. If you're a maintainer and you've got an excellent repo, then pin it to here as well. I think that's really important. By the way, everyone, don't forget, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. So I really appreciate it. How many we got? 21 thumbs up only. Let's get to 50. So let me, where is it? Thumbs up. There you go. Give it a thumbs. And if you're listening and watching and you can't type in the chat, this is not a paid live stream. You can type in the chat. You just need to subscribe to my channel. It's completely free. It's like a following on Twitter. And then you can, after 1 minute, you can type in the YouTube chat. So yes. Okay. Well, hopefully that answers your question, Mikhail, but I'd be interested to know what other people think in the chat as well. Yeah, exactly right. All kind of, I don't know, vanilla GitHub stuff is my favorite at the moment. Interesting. Yeah, widgets, when they came out, everyone was like, yeah, amazing, super exciting. And now it's kind of not as exciting, I think. And maybe they're just overused too much. I think we're all kind of guilty of that. Got 38 people watching. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You're all awesome. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one. And then, yeah, soon we're going to look at all of yours. Don't forget. So submit your profile or your repo, and we'll have a look at yours shortly. Let me give this a refresh. Okay. Look, we've got a repo. Yes. By the way, rate my hoodie out of 10. Oh, it's the same person. So we'll do this next live stream. So therefore we don't have like loads from one person. Okay, let's go on to the next person. It's a profile. Should we skip it? Do you want to do a repo next? What do you all think? I mean, I can always do this next live stream. I plan to get back onto these now that I'm back in the UK and not traveling. So let me know if you want to do a repo. We can skip a profile and try and find a repo. Let me know what you think. Mikhail, thank you for the amazing question. We'll always love your questions. They're really, really thoughtful, and they're really useful. They always help me and they help other people as well, I know. So thank you so much. 100 out of 10. Love it. Thank you so much. Perfect. Okay, Tom says repo. Tom, thank you so much for being here. I know you've reviewed all of these already as well, so I really appreciate it. Okay, let's move on to a repo. Profile. Aha. This is profile. This is search GitHub user. Okay, so we've got one. Brilliant. And Tom has already done this. I told you we should look at Tom's profile and give Tom a shout out for doing all these already. Okay, let's have a look. Last contribution is August, so maybe it's not so active anymore. We're still going to review it, but that could be one of our feedback. Is last active contribution was in August. Okay, let me know. I'll give you a moment to have a think as well. Hey, how you doing? Definitely a shout out, Tom. Love that. You don't know anything about open source? Well, you're in the right place to learn. I actually have a YouTube video, actually multiple YouTube videos on open source. And you have an idea for a project. Where can you share it? Probably best you create the repo yourself and start doing a bit of work on it, and then people might want to get involved. Tom, you rock. Love that. Love it when you all support each other. Okay, let's have a look. If anyone wants their profile, or it's a GitHub profile or GitHub repo reviewed, there's a link in the description below where you can submit it. And we're working from the oldest first and working backwards, and then we'll pick some at random from all of you in the chat shortly. And if you want to learn more about open source, let me do a little quick plug. I have got an open source panel with VMware Tanzu on May the 25th. We're going to be talking about open source and getting you started in the future of open source. So do join me on there. I'll leave that up on screen for the moment as well. Oh, another great question from Mikhail. When would you close a repo? I'll bring it up on the screen in a second, Mikhail. I just want this ticker to run across the bottom for the moment. I would never really close a repo. I would mark it as archived. So that puts it in kind of like a read-only mode, so people can still clone it, but they can't contribute back and so forth. Yeah, I wouldn't close it. For me, it's part of my journey, and I want people to see that. So I would never close a repo. I would just mark it as archive if I don't want contribution to it. I'm definitely not going to work on it anymore in the future. So yeah, I wouldn't close it. I'd archive it, which is fairly new. I think it came out a few years ago from GitHub. Before that, you would have to mark it as private or delete the repo. So I would recommend archiving it. But great question. Thank you. Oh, it stays on the screen with the ticker. Didn't know that. That's something new again. Awesome. What if you create a repo documenting learning journey via GitHub? So let me just clarify this. So you're saying we should maybe create a repo where we talk about how to learn how to use GitHub, like maybe in a methodical, I think that's the right word, like linear way, how to learn things. Because like I think it's important for people to learn GitHub Actions, not on the first step, but maybe on like the fifth, but only a little bit of it. Like I think people can get like 90% of the benefit of GitHub Actions with literally copying and pasting some YAML config. And then in the future, they can make it more advanced and so forth if they want. But they can get like such a big benefit by really doing a small amount, and then later we'll come back to it. So maybe I should do something like a journey, because I think, you know, I have to check documentation, but when you kind of get into, say, for example, GitHub Actions, then it kind of takes you in slowly, obviously. But then people kind of maybe go down a rabbit hole. Whereas if I could do maybe a linear journey on how to learn GitHub, it can touch on GitHub Actions, then move on to the other stuff that I think people should learn next. And then we can revisit GitHub Actions later on with more detail when it kind of fits in. But yeah, I'd love people's feedback and thoughts. I have started making notes on this. I'm really keen to do it. I think with your help, maybe we could do something. And like I said, I'm even happy then to take the documentation we all create and make like them into short video clips for each you know, kind of markdown file in the repo or something. I've tagged create a release. Yes, I love releases and tags for my 100 days of code journey. If I want to do it again, I can mark this as version 2.0. Yes, if I understood correctly, Tom, definitely you can keep bumping the releases. That's a really good idea, actually. Yes, you're absolutely right. Mikhail, hopefully I don't forget. If you could do me a favor and maybe raise an issue on the support repo with what we did with your question and what we discussed, anything, or maybe a discussion actually, and that way I can remember later on. And yeah, I don't want to forget that. It's a really good discussion. Yeah, I need to do more videos and GitHub Actions. It's just amazing, and it's growing all the time. Okay, let me remove this ticker. A bit distracting. But hopefully I see you all there for my open source panel discussion. Okay, right, let's get the next one. Have you what are all of your thoughts on this as well? So we spoke about the activity. There's one branch and no tag. So they've hidden releases, but I think they should use releases really. I think releases tags should be used. It's great that they've hidden packages if they're not using it as well. Let's have a look. They've got a screenshot. Oh, that I recognize that person. That looks like me. But this is pretty cool. Got some nice graphs on there as well. Looks good. Got the description. I think that all looks, but they've hidden the wiki page if they're not using it. I'm guessing not using issues or pull requests. So I think they should use issues and pull requests. So that's maybe a suggest. I mean, it's a great way for people to find your project is by using issues and labels. People search GitHub for labels, and then they'll discover your label, which is attached to your issue. Then they'll discover your repo because the issue's in the repo. So suggest using issues and labels. I just think that's really, really important. Otherwise, you know, it looks good. And you can always go to Insights and they go to community standards, and they've got, you know, lots of green ticks, which is really good. And pull request template, not the end of the world. Yeah, looks pretty good. Code of conduct, license, etc. That looks good. Okay, what are your thoughts? If you haven't got any more on this, we'll move on to the next one. Let's have a look. Thank you so much, Mikhail, and you'll get a green square for starting a discussion on that as well. So win-win all round. Okay, no more thoughts on that. Let me close out. Did I share the issue? Let me what happens if there are no issues? Well, don't forget, issues are not just about bugs and so on. There can be ideas as well. This is you want to do another repo, so let's pick another repo. So open source review. Here we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the thing is, it's not. I'll bring this up so you all can have a look while we're chatting. But there might be ideas, discussions. There's so many reasons to have issues. Most projects have quite a lot of issues, especially when people start collaborating on it and so forth. So yeah, I can't see there not being any, really. I know some people like to keep it quite clean, so they're quite aggressive with closing issues, which is fine. I mean, people can still comment on issues that are closed. So if an issue gets closed, you can still carry on the chat. Yes, it can get locked if it gets heated or out of hand or something like that. But I think it's important for people to keep collaborating on that. So what's everyone's thoughts on this? By the way, have you all given the video a thumbs up? Really helps support my channel, and trust me, it costs you nothing. But you won't get a green square from it. But I'll send you green square wishes. Okay. Thanks, Paduma. I can't remember what the point I made was. Oh, about the issues. Probably closing them, maybe. Okay. What are all your thoughts on this one? Active 4th of March. So like 5 weeks ago. Not too bad. It's got 2 tags. It's got releases. I do like that. That was pretty good. What else have we got? Contributors. Nice. Languages. Looks good. You've got a link to it. You've got description, topics. Looking good so far. Got a project board. Oh, that's nice. Bonus points for that. We've got a community standards. What have we got? Full house, like green squares all round. Issues. Okay, closed. There's none open. Not sure. For an active project, I think it would have some issues. 9th of August. So yeah, maybe it's not so active anymore. Pull requests. It's got pull requests which match that kind of a similar number of issues, which is quite nice to see. Let's go down and see what else we've got. Lots of badges. We all like some badges. I know I do. I like badges way more than widgets. They take up less space. Looks really good. Really, really like it. I like how they mentioned the problem they're trying to solve. I need to do a video on how to make a good README. And I need to make notes because I do forget about this sometimes. But putting the problem first, I think, is really nice. I think that's a really good idea. And you got the solution, and then you got features. Really like that. Really, really good. How to set up the project. Okay, looks good. Add a remote as an upstream to your fork. Great. They could put a link to my video on this. I'm joking. The screenshots looks really good. Oh, I'm not sure about that. What does it say? Code of conduct. I don't give a damn. That's a bit of a weird thing to write. But yet they do have a code of conduct. That's not very clear. But more forks and stars. Okay, again, it's usually more stars than forks from what we usually see. But I think it looks okay. Have they got some GitHub actions going? They do have some GitHub actions going. They've got workflows and dot workflows. I'm not sure what dot workflows is. They got some stuff going on. What have you all commented on? What are your thoughts? Thank you so much, Kumar, for raising it. It's a good discussion point, especially as this repo actually had no issues as well. So how to start with open source. I have a great 10-minute video on this, but for anyone else who is interested, get started, get involved in the conversation. You're here, which is an amazing start, and you're surrounded by amazing people. Join EddieHub. There should be a link in the description below. We have Discord, GitHub org, and amazing members who are super supportive and helpful as well. and contribute to the projects maybe you're familiar with already. Like if you use any libraries or frameworks, contribute to those. If not, we have EddieHub projects you can contribute to. It could be code, it could be documentation, it could be translation, it could be tutorials. One thing I really like is when people get started with one of our projects, is the project clear on what it's trying to achieve? And is it easy to get started? And if it's not, let us know and let's improve it together, and you can contribute back to the project and to the documentation to make it better for the next person. So yes, as your fresh pair of eyes can add so much value. Give the video a thumbs up or we'll steal all your cookies. I should probably say, give the video a thumbs up or we'll steal all your green squares. Let's have a look. How to release multiple packages with different versions in a mono repo. Well, if it's a mono repo, each one will be in a subfolder. So it's a mono repo because everything's together, but it's not, but you're not, what's the word? There's no overlap between the projects. It's effectively like a repo that has sub repos in each folder. So you shouldn't have an issue. Each subfolder shouldn't talk to each other. Oh, I love this question. What things we should check before contributing to a project? I'm guessing open source project. Number of stars, forks, latest dates, number of contributors. This is a great question. And actually, probably none of those apart from the last commit. So do check the last commit was fairly recently-ish. You could help revitalize and kickstart the project. But raise an issue first. But even before you do that, forget stars, forget forks. I think it's really important to check the closed pull requests, the ones that were. I mean, if I have a look at this repo, they've got closed here. But on this side, you can see these are purple. They've been merged. We want a red one. Here we go. A red one. That means it's being closed and not merged. That's what you want to check. So if we go into that now and have a look, why was it closed? Okay, so it was closed. Looks like it was closed by the author of it. So that's fine. You know, someone who raised the pull request wants to close it. That's absolutely fine. But if it was closed by the maintainer with no comment, that's not very friendly. They might have had a conversation on a discussion or on Discord or somewhere else, but still, it's not really useful for other people who weren't involved in that conversation. So I would recommend check that the project is inclusive and welcoming and so forth, and they want contributions. I would also recommend checking the insights tab and then going to community standards and see that they've got code of conduct and license and so forth. I think that's quite important. That's why getting involved in the community and see what other projects in the community they're contributing to. One, you got people who can help you, and two, it's friendly and inclusive. There's nothing worse than spending time and effort on a contribution, and then you feel like the project maintainers don't want it. Again, raising an issue should hopefully reduce that, but still, even raising an issue, you might not spend much time on it. But if someone writes something a bit not very friendly, it's a bit like, should I contribute to another project or not? It kind of, even it affects me. So that's why it's worth doing a little bit of extra effort and double checking. So I hope that helps. Yes, just like Praduma says, check the closed stuff, see how it goes. Unmerged PRs. Oh, that's another good one. Yes, unmerged PRs are a really good suggestion, Naomi. Definitely. Really good suggestions there. Right, let's get some thoughts on this. Have I written anything yet? Have I been too distracted? Okay, I haven't written anything yet. Let's have a look. So they've got releases. Great. So let's just say great to see releases being used. And it's great that they've hidden also the packages. I love that. Super clean. Like if you're not using any features on GitHub, hide them. You can always bring them back later on. Again, wiki's hidden, which is great. It's got a really good, great README as well, which we had a flick through earlier. I'm not sure if this dot workflows is needed. Someone want to correct me? I mean, maybe that's an issue in a pull request someone could create. Lots of green squares for you there. Maybe is the .github .workflows. Raise an issue for that, get a green square, maybe delete it and raise a pull request. Or I mean, you might have to move the file that's in there to the workflows folder. Yeah, so have a look and see. I think that's all I can suggest for the moment. Looks good. Okay, should we bring up some of yours shortly? What do you think? Okay. I've done a few from our backlog and list. What do you all think? Okay, so if you're still here, say hi in the chat, and let's review some of your projects and portfolios. While we're doing that, did we say have a look at Tom's? Tom, are you still here? It'll be Schmelto. Here we go. Ooh, here we go. This is Tom, who's reviewed everyone else's, so only fair we give Tom a bit of a shout out. Tom has 167 followers on GitHub. Let's see if we can get it to closer to 200. I want to share the link here. I do like the bit of code here as well. Every time I laugh, and every time I ask, "What is this?" I think it's a hash rather than like a Bitcoin wallet or something. So lots of activity going on. Great to see lots of code. I'd actually rather see if this graph is uneven on anyone. Most people have it over to the commit side. I would actually rather see it on the code review side because that shows me collaboration and thinking of other people first before us. Because for me, reviewing someone else's pull request, like if you're working on a project of a team, for example, reviewing someone else's pull request is better than working on my work to get my pull request because theirs is closer to being done. And that's when it can add value to the client, the community, to whatever it is. So yes, someone else's pull request is more important than the changes that I'm working on. So I'd love to see that. Looks good. So yes, drop Tom a follow. So we've got some numbers. It's a hash. Yes, I remembered for once. I'm sure I've asked you like 20 times, Tom. Okay, still here. Okay, cool. Thank you for supporting everyone. Lots of greens. Yeah, Tom has lots of green squares. And it's spread out. It's like not all in one weekend, which I think is really, really important. Okay, we have a project 3959. Let's have a look. Let's just open a random one and then we'll go 3959. Is that what we said? I've forgotten already. 3959. Okay, here we go. Project link. Let's have a look. Open source with Produma. Awesome. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, I lost my notes. Okay, no problem. So let's see. What are all your thoughts first? Let me actually let me share the issue number in the chat. I'm really pumped to see how pumped for the how-to part because I'm trying to build the largest open source guide ever. You're stealing my idea. No, I'm just joking. There's no stealing. We are all working to the same goal, which is what I love. Let's have a look. Okay, so no wiki. You've hidden projects as well. Maybe you don't need project board, project tab. So, okay. And actually, maybe we should turn on some tunes while we are doing this. What do you think? Let's have a look. How's that? Let's get in the zone. Okay. You can all hear that, right? It's not just me. Just checking. So while we're here, what are your first impressions? 12 minutes ago. So this is an active project. I think is pretty cool. Okay, it's hosted on GitHub Pages with a custom domain. I see CNAME file in there as well. Looks good. Okay, code of conduct. Let's go straight into insight. I know this is going to be perfect. No contributing guide again, which is questionable because the README might cover this as well. But you know, looks really good already. Releases, you got sponsors, contributors. Looks really good. So I haven't started. Let me give it a star. So now let's start. Okay. Oh, did I unstar it? Oh, it was starred and I unstarred it. So now we start it again. All good. We're all good. Sorry, Produma. Didn't mean to scare you there for a moment. It's part of, very good point, but it's part of StreamYard's music. So it's apparently royalty free. So it should be okay. Okay, what are all your thoughts? Okay, you've got pages, beginners. Nice. And so is this deployed out on the website? Let me check. Let me go back to the website and have a look. I would maybe say add a screenshot to the README of the website. Encourage people to go look at the website, I think. And you can maybe make that screenshot like clickable to go to the website. So if I 15-day of open source, how to, which one did you want me to have a look at? Was it the how to? Where is it? How to, here we go, let's have a look. How to raise an issue. So you've got process, and then, does that mean in procedure? Why are they all saying process? Do you mean like in progress? Is that why it's, it looks good. I think that's great that you've got that flow. I think that's really, really good. That looks good. I like it. And these things take a lot of work. And it's great that you've already got, almost 100 stars and people contributing already, which is awesome. I don't really have, that much feedback to give you. Do you have any? I have no GitHub actions. I'd maybe do a GitHub action, maybe like a linter for Markdown. I think you can get one of those. So let's viewed on live stream. Everyone else think in the chat as well. Let me see. So I love that you got it deployed. It's using GitHub Pages, which is epic. What suggestions can we give? Are you using labels? You've done everything right. Like how can I give any constructive criticism if you've done everything already so well? Documentation, EddieHub, good first issue. Yes, that's going to be in the Finder project as well on EddieHub. So you can see, if we go GitHub, we'll be able to see the projects listed as well. It will be somewhere here. And you can open them directly in Gitpod, which is awesome. Well done, Carl, for creating that project. So yes, so these labels allow it to appear in that project. It looks really good. And you got some good first issues as well, which I think is great. Don't know what else I can suggest. It looks really good. What does everyone else think? So I'll go back and have another look as well. But it looked like each page was blank for those. Is it still work in progress? Mikhail gives you a big, I'll say thumbs up, more of like, stars. So that's good. Yeah, it does look really good. Can we add open source to Praduma's middle name? I love that. It should be the first name. Exactly. Open source with Praduma. Nice. Yeah, still work in progress. Okay, cool. I was just checking that in my kind of COVID dead state that I wasn't missing something obvious. It's probably a good state to check some things in, because if I can't figure out in my half dead state, then maybe we can make it a bit easier. But no, I got it right. So that's good. Okay, awesome. It looks really good. I really like it. Don't know what else to suggest. I think it looks great. I don't know if you need this because it's already at the top right, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just my, personal opinion. It looks good. Yeah, I really like it. Keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna borrow some ideas for my open source version and see. But it looks really good. I like how you got this is from your tweet, right? Which I thought was really good. This is your tweet, which I think was great. How is that tweet doing? It did really well. Yeah, 150 likes, really nice. And I gave it a retweet. I did give it a like, but my likes never show like after a day. Maybe I do too many likes. Okay, so I haven't got that much feedback for yours. It looks really, really good. Yeah, don't know what to suggest. I don't want to just close it with no comments because then I feel I haven't added any value. I think that looks really good. Someone help me out here. Give me some suggestions. What do you think? Mohammed, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Okay, maybe I don't know. Could you state like which sections and how much they're complete? Okay, I want to leave that as an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. It's just an idea. As some sections are work in progress, could you highlight this with a progress bar or percentage? Because if someone goes to it and it's like a blank page, it's like, maybe you could also maybe add a link to the official GitHub docs. Well, eventually, if it's incomplete, say, work in progress, but here's a link to the official docs. Just some thoughts. I hope that that helps. So who do we have next? Let's have a look. Yeah, exactly, right. But feedback, as Matt suggested on the Twitter space yesterday that I was on with Mikkel, feedback is not just about bad stuff, it's also about good stuff as well. So I'm glad to feed out some good stuff. Akabu, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. We're going to pick a few more from the audience, and you can always catch up later on as well. So we have got a profile review 3958. Let's have a look. Let's click on one and go 3958. Let's have a look. Okay, profile review. Let's put this here. Let's have a look. Profile picture. Really like a good profile picture. Looks professional as well. Great profile picture, clear and professional. It's got a nice banner as well. Really like that. And don't forget, everyone, leave your thoughts in the chat too. I really like that you've got a description. I've seen this come up quite a lot. I'd have a look at what this is. Have a look for that later on, because I've seen this come up in a few places. And does anyone know what that is about? Let me know. Followers and following, nice. You've got your location, so we know what time zone you are in. Email, portfolio, Twitter. You're part of Eddie Hub, so yeah, extra 10 points for that straight away. And if we come over to here, I like the banner, like really, really clear. Full stack developer, open source contributor, like straight to the point. You're not listing 1,000 things. Those are the things you want to get known for. You've got connect with you. What's this last one? I haven't seen that one before. Oh, Hashnode. Okay. Languages and tools. Buy me a coffee. I'd maybe write a bit more in there, a bit more about you, really. Maybe some bullet points. Just a suggestion. Suggest having a bit more you in a customized profile. So just a thought. You got 6 pinned. Okay, it's quite short, so you can have 6 pinned. Looks good. Maybe some more code reviews and issues. Pull requests is not doing too bad, so that's pretty good. Suggest having more code reviews and issues. Let me leave this up, and while I see the chat, and you can all let me know your thoughts as well. It does look really great as well. Cool. Glad it helps. Cube Simplify is a community started by... Oh, okay. I was just speaking to Sayam yesterday. I think I sent them some GitHub swag as well. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to have a look at that. Lou, awesome to have you here. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate your support. I love that. Yeah, exactly. It's really clear, which I think is just super important. I think sometimes we try to put so much, we lose the clarity. So that's, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. It was made by somebody else. It's great that people are making things for each other. I love that. Kumar, I need to do a video on this, so I need to make some notes. We did get some, looking at some examples in the live stream today, we did see some really good readmes, like what is the problem that this project's trying to solve. I thought was a great idea. Another thing that stuck in my mind from a previous live stream is, why has the repo got the name? Like if it's like, I don't know, Eddie open source, then it's pretty descriptive. But if I called it, I don't know, some made up name or join some words together, is really good to explain like why you have. I think that's good. But I'll do a video on that and more information on that coming soon. Abhishek, I'm going to try and pick some at random and go through. So we will try and get there. You are welcome. So hopefully others can give some suggestions too. Let me share that. Let me share the issue in the chat as well, so other people can leave some thoughts and feedback as well. Okay, so have we got any suggestions? I think it looks really good. And you've got one, graph, which I think is fine as well. Some people have too many. You took a break here, which again I think is fine, but trying to keep it kind of spread out over the year again just looks a bit better. But otherwise, it looks good. Shall we look at your portfolio real quick? First impression looks really good. I'm not going to go through it, but yeah, it looks really good. Awesome. Thumbs up. Hopefully that helps. Oh, actually, one thing you can do is if you want to, again, people are not only going to look at your customized profile, but they're actually going to look at the README itself. So what I'd recommend is, if I haven't got much to say about it, maybe I can dig a bit deeper. But I'm looking here at the repo that is the special repo that allows you to customize your GitHub profile. But you notice releases aren't used. Maybe use it. But if you're not going to use it, hide it. And same with packages. So all the same stories. So like wiki is not being used. So again, hide it. Project board not being used, hide it. So just some thoughts on that. Okay, let's give that a close and go on to the next one. Let's do a few more. Okay, let's have a look. What else have we got? So everyone waiting for that video. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to like scripting it and writing my notes, because I think it will help me get my READMEs a lot better as well. So it's something, I mean, this is what I do with my, I want to do air quotes, content creation. I'm more documenting what I'm learning. And so, yeah, when I make notes about how to make a good README, I'll just make it into some tweets and into some, into a video, which will help me and hopefully help some of you as well. Okay, let's have a look. 3969. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got? Oops. 3969. So this is a repo. Okay. Let's have a look, or let me share the issue in the chat with all of you as well. By the way, everyone, have given this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, do that. Oh, I should actually just give a shout out to my panel that's going on very soon as well. Let me, where has it gone? I have it somewhere here. How's the music, by the way? Is it nice having a bit of music on in the background? So read the ticket below and let me talk a little bit about it. So we're talking about open source here, and I'm excited to share with you that I'll be on a panel on VMware Tanzu's Dev Deep Dive. It's going to be about open source. This is me, no surprises there. And the title is Building What's Next Together. It's on Wednesday, the 25th of May. So that's like in 9 days, and next Wednesday, 5 p.m. UK time. It's 10 a.m. PT time. And as we know, open source powers most of the world. And it's important to recognize the importance of the open source community, which is amazing people like you. So in this panel discussion, we're going to talk about how to get involved in open source, how to contribute, how to support the community, what the biggest trends in open source are. You can register for free, and there's a link in the description below. Go check it out. I look forward to seeing you there and geeking out with you some more. Yeah, more geek out time. I'm going to be happy. Hopefully you'll enjoy it too. You can bring your questions, and Kunal's going to be on the panel as well, and some other people that you might recognize as well. So come and join us and geek out with us. I should have mentioned that Kunal was on there before as well. Okay. The volume is perfect. Okay, good. I've got my headphones in so I can try and like gauge the volume as well. Let me put 2 in. Yeah, it's kind of, you know, low in the background. Cool. Thanks for confirming. Oh, good question, Mikhail. You're always asking amazing questions. Time state 6 p.m. BST, or is it 5 p.m. UTC? I'll have to check. Whatever's on the link below on the official one is the most important. Good point. Yeah, whatever's on the official link, I would suggest. Actually, let me just double check that, because now someone asked me, I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. Bring it up here. Let's look at the official one and see what it says. It says 6 p.m. BST, so it's 5 p.m. UTC. So thanks for confirming. I will share that in the chat as well, so we can make sure we'll geek out together a bit more. Okay, let's get back to reviewing. I don't think I even started reviewing this one. Maybe you all have as well. So let's have a look. So what have we got? 7 branches, a little bit on the high side, but still single digits, so that's okay. Tags and releases can go way high. That will always keep climbing. Initial setup, release looks good. I would suggest hiding packages if it's not used. So using releases, thumbs up, definitely. Hide packages if not used. What else have we got? What are your first impressions? You've got 5 issues open. I like that. That looks good. And I haven't even looked at it, but I still think that's good to have a number in there. They've got labels as well. Remember, your repos come with some default labels. Use those. You can use those before you add any more. So that's really good. Wikis here. Is it used? Probably not. Hide the wiki. So let me put that as a comment. Hide packages and wiki. Okay. Let's see. Opening Git pod. Nice. Make it easy for people to contribute. No, thank you, Mikkel. I really appreciate that. Good to have it crystal clear. Okay. Probably too many titles, I would say, in that. It's just a bit like too much to take in. And then this one is a title and an inline code. I think it's just too much. And also when you go to here, it doesn't quite, I don't think it quite looks right, because then you go to here and you've just got the title. So I would remember the #1, the #2, the #3 go to H1, H2, H3. So use those, I think, correctly. Too many headings at the top with no content. Messes. Is that right? Up with the table of contents. This is why looking at different repos with all of you and profiles and so forth is really important, because we get to learn how other people do things that we think, oh, that's a great idea, or oh, actually, no, that's not such a great idea. And we all get to learn and improve together. So I'm learning loads. Hopefully you're learning something too. I really appreciate it. By the way, if you want me to share something on Twitter, then take a screenshot and tag me. And when you do that, I can reshare it. But make sure, if you want me to reshare it, make sure you include a tip or something that you've learned today, and then it's valuable for me to share with my audience. I can reshare. But if you do it as a screenshot and tag me, I will still like it and reply as well. But I'll retweet if it adds value to something that you've learned today. So maybe 1 or 2 or 3 points of value that you can add in that tweet. That'd be great. So I'll do a post for you. Okay, that's it. You got the post. Hopefully you got the screenshot as well. Okay. Maybe if you got a front end for this, so maybe a screenshot would work quite well. Is there a deployed version of this? Is there a deployed version? If there is, then add URL to the repo. Screenshot in the README would help. We mentioned issues and labels looks good. Pull requests we can do all taken care of. And if we go to insights and community standards, full house all round is really good. Yeah, it looks good. All I can suggest, really. I think it looks great. Thanks for sharing. It's not easy to get your profile or portfolio or repo, whatever it is, reviewed. It's quite scary. So thank you so much. Okay, who is up next? We need a random picker thing, don't we? Like that, spinning that wheel to make it random. I'm doing it random now in my mind, but it's not very random. Yeah, from the Twitter space yesterday, how important feedback is. I need it too, so all of you do give me feedback as well. Let me stop that for the moment. You're more than welcome. Okay, 3971. Let's have a look. These are all quite new. We have a profile. Hey, let's have a look. Might beat Tom on this one. Oh, yes, I beat Tom on this one. Yes. Sorry, Tom. I never beat you, so I'm quite happy. Let's have a look. So you've got your full name there, which I think is really good because your username isn't your full name, so makes sense. You've got a profile picture, which I think looks really good, and you're following people following you. You got location, which I think is great. And you got your website and your Twitter. You're part of Eddie Hub, awesome, and you're part of Naomi's as well, which is awesome. I like it. Looks really good. A few widgets there, not too bad, not too many. That looks good. I would probably suggest trying to do some more code reviews. I feel that's the most important one. Suggest do more code reviews. That's the most important one out of all of those. And maybe these ones can have a description as well. So maybe pinned repos to have descriptions. Like, you know, you're pinning them there because you're proud of them. Then, you know, sell them. You know, obviously don't sell them, but I mean, like, sell them as in have a description. Like, what's this about? Hand detection. Like, what kind of hand detection? Can you play Pac-Man with it? And, you know, with TensorFlow stuff and so forth. So yeah, I would definitely make that a bit more stand out a bit more. Otherwise, yeah, it looks good. Learning cloud best practices via contributing to open source. I love it. I think it looks good. Not much more I can add, I don't think. I mean, does anyone else have anything to add in the chat? That's true. Yes, thank you so much, Tom. The Twitter space was recorded on Twitter. It'll be up for 30 days. Matt will be doing a blog post about it as well, so that you can listen to it. It should be in my profile. It'll be from, like, I think yesterday. So you better see it in my timeline. Okay. Or if you have no more thoughts on this, remember, giving feedback to other people and helping other people and supporting other people will allow them to give feedback to yours. So let me just share this issue. If any of you do want to log some feedback on this issue for Abhishek. But remember, you got to give more than you take, and then therefore people will help you when you need. Okay, awesome. So who do we have up next? Let's have a look. Brandon looks good. See, it's good to get positive feedback as well as constructive. So everyone share your numbers, and we'll pick one at random. I'll cover my eyes and I'll try and, like, pick one with my mouse. What do you think? And then we've been going for how long? Hour and a half? Probably time for me to take a break soon. Should we do one more? What do you think? Let's have a look. Share your numbers in the chat and let's pick one. You're more than welcome. Thanks for sharing. So let's pick one more. While everyone's thinking, I can get the Twitter link while everyone's thinking. Twitter space yesterday. Let's have a look. I tweet a lot. There we go. Here it is. You can play recording, so you'll see a play recording. Okay, let me share that there. That's the tweet if you wanna about giving feedback. It was a good discussion. Learned a lot. Looking forward to the blog post on it. Okay, so Tom, 3968. 3968. Oh, what is this? Okay, let's have a look. Oh no, I lost my notes. Oh, what is this? I saw you mention this on Twitter, Tom. Welcome to my portfolio. Helpful list of commands. Help. Okay, so you type about. Here. Help. Contact. Excuse me, this is really good. See projects on GitHub. Is that a link? Can I click it? Oh, I can click it as well. Let's have a look at the repo. Okay, I'm converted. This is pretty cool. So it's your portfolio website. Let me share a link to the issue in the chat as well. Yes, you got support, Tom. Love that. Yes, all the support. So this is pretty cool. Oh my God, you got Cypress tests as well. Got too excited there, mumbled my words. This looks really good. Okay, let's start at the top. I got too excited. Let's start at the top. Okay. at least some notes as well. I'm going to start off with the first note. Wow, well, it's pretty accurate, I think. 2 branches, 65 tags already. Awesome. Okay, looking good. 28 minutes ago, so it's really active. That's great. My portfolio website sounds good. You got deployed version, all looks good. Let's jump straight to insights, community standards, almost a full house. Looks good. And then you've got Husky assets. Looks great. You got issues. You're using labels as well, and you're using the open source label standard, which is great. Looks really good. Okay, so this looks cool. It looks really good. I would probably add a demo. Oh, I got a constructive criticism. Lots of praise given to you already. So some constructive criticism is have animated GIF demo in README. I think that would really make it pop a lot more. Looks really good. And you have no Git pod yet either. I'll probably suggest using having Git pod on there too. But this is really good. You've got automated testing. Let's have a look. So does that mean you're running it on GitHub Actions as well? So workflows. You got tests. Nice. Lighthouse. Awesome. Which one are you using for Lighthouse? Using custom one or okay, so you're using another one. Perfect. I need to do the same for some of ours. There's some green squares, everybody. Get Lighthouse on the Eddie Hub projects. Link free, Finder project as well. Auto merge, what's that? Okay, so if it's the image bot, got you. Okay, interesting. Looks really good. Projects, you're not using projects. I probably suggest hiding projects until you use it. Suggest hiding project tab until you use it. Actions will be quite busy here. It looks really good. Pull requests, 108 closed already. Nice. This looks really good. You got Cypress tests. Are you using it with Cucumber or you are feature? Nice. Looks good. And how do you? I think you need a few more tests though, right? In the terminal, because you've got. If you open the homepage, you see Schmelter in the title and you see it in the footer. But I think you need some more tests to check that when you type it actually works. So here we go. More Cypress tests needed, for example, in the commands. It'd be quite good to get those in there as well. Excuse me, I need a water. Have none around. Okay. But yeah, it looks really good. I think this looks great. There's a few little tweaks. It will be even better. But yeah, it looks really awesome. Don't know what else to suggest. What does everyone else suggest in the chat? Cucumber, yes. Everyone's loving it. So cool. Exactly. Yeah, someone raise an issue and raise some tests. You know, every project is going to welcome any automated test that you can add. So definitely have a look at that. It is very neat. I love everyone giving support. See, I learned something new today as well. I mean, it just looks epic to have that terminal. Make someone work for the information. It's got help. It's pretty straightforward, but I really like that. That's really good. Maybe we can do one for contribution to open source or something. I don't know. I've got some ideas around that. You got me thinking. But yeah, it looks really good. I don't know what else to suggest, Tom. I think it looks great. Just, yeah, putting a bit more in the README, like an animated GIF, I think would be really useful. I think more useful than this, to be honest, in my opinion. But yeah, it looks great. Okay. I should put a link to the live stream as well. Here we go. Reviewed. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. I've closed it, Tom. I don't know if you want to reopen it and give people a chance, because you opened it quite recently. If you want to reopen it and give people, I don't know, a week or something to add their thoughts, then we can close it afterwards. Okay. Everyone, you have been freaking awesome. I just want to say a big thank you all for joining me on my first live stream in like 4 weeks. I've really missed it. As we always say, collaboration first, code second. And if you could really support me by giving this video a thumbs up, it'll really help. Cost you nothing, I promise. And I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. I know I did. I had lots of fun. Super excited. Eddie, you should also introduce repo of the stream, like best profile of the stream or something like this. We could do. They're all good in different ways, and I think if we take like, you know, different bits from different ones, we can all learn and make ours all better together. So many great questions from all of you, so many great repos, profiles. I really need to update my profile. I haven't done that in a while, so I need to look into doing that. So seeing all your amazing profiles gives me the encouragement and thoughts to improve my motivation. So Krish, I'm just saying bye and you join now. Krish, hope you're doing well. We all obviously missed you, but great to see you chatting in Discord. Everyone, that reminds me, don't forget to come and join us in our Discord as well. Link in the description below. And it'll be great to geek out with you between live streams and videos. So do come and say hello on our Discord. And as I mentioned before, there is a link to an open source panel I'm on with Kunal next Wednesday. So do come and join us. It's going to be live on LinkedIn. There's link in the description below as well. Everything you need in the description below. I look forward to seeing you in Discord, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope my voice and my kind of recovering state hasn't been too painful for you and boring. No problem. No problem, Krish. Sorry, everyone, if I didn't get round to reviewing your project just yet or your profile just yet. We will get round to it soon. Thank you all for being here and geeking out with us all. Everyone, I will catch you next time. Have a great day or evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. I really appreciate it. Bye.